So and after that I have explained about this diagram, right? So what is connected architecture and disconnected architecture? Okay.
Okay.
So what is connected architecture? Always connection will be opened. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to see for connection. See the process. This lines. Okay. These lines represent we are working with connected architecture. The straight line. Okay. So this application data set adapter that will represent your disconnected architecture. In the connected architecture, application is going to communicate with first connection object. After that command object. So command object we are going to execute all type of queries. Okay.
Okay.
We are going to bind connection to the command object. Okay. After that data reader. So to see whenever you are using only select command fetching data from database, then you will use this data reader object. Okay. So finally it
Okay.
will connect to data server. So if it is disconnected architecture, whole the application is going to communicate with dataset instead of data DB server. Okay. So dataset is going to connect with data adapter. Okay. Exact
Okay.
data adapter is going to communicate. So like command object in connected architecture, it is exactly the data adapter is exactly similar to same as command object. Okay. In connected architecture, both are same. So here data adapter is useful as to execute different types of queries
Okay.
like creating set update. If we see when data set coming to the picture, then you will use this data adapter. Okay.
Okay.
If it is connected architecture, we'll use command object. So managed providers. Okay. So what are these providers? So there are different providers which is provided with the Microsoft to connect to the database. So we have SQL client, Oracle client, OLEDB, ODBC. Okay. SQL client.
Okay.
So managed provider for SQL Server, Oracle client is for Oracle, OLEDB, ODBC are for different types, two different drives. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have seen about connection object. What is connection object? So it is used to establish the connection to the database over the sockets, right? So in .NET, connections are pulled. At a time, we can have any number of connections simultaneously, but every connection must be closed. Next one is command object. Command object can be used for execution of any type of SQL statement, including stored procedure. So, using command object, you can not only queries, you can also execute your stored procedures. So, what is a stored procedure? I'll tell you. Okay, I'll explain you. Okay, so data reader. So, when to use data reader? Whenever select a similar type of queries we are executing in the backend, a new cursor is going to generate. Okay. So whenever you are fetching data, basically select is nothing but we are fetching data based on some queries. Okay. So based on some condition, some where employee ID is equal to something, where employee salary is less than 10,000 or greater than 10,000. Okay. So whenever you are writing somewhere class, based on that, that select command is going to execute. So whenever it is executing, it will generate a cursor in the backend. So next, I have created a employee table in the database. Okay, just what I did, I'm just opening my SQL server. So in the SQL server, I have created an employee table. So in the employee table, there are three columns created, right? Is employee ID, employee name, salary.
Okay.
Just connect by providing server name, connect to SQL server. Okay, with server name and Windows authentication. So if there are two types of authentication, right? One is Windows, second one is SQL. If it is Windows authentication, we are using local machine. If it is SQL server, you have to provide username and password. So you can log in based on username and password.
Okay.
So here, refresh the database, expand. edgo.net database is my database name. So in that I have tables collection, I have employee tables. Okay, this is employee. Just right click on that, design.
Okay.
It will show you the design view, schema of the table. Employee ID,
Mm-hmm.
name, salary. So ID is primary key. So what is primary key?
No duplicate value.
Exactly. So
Like.
it will not tell you duplicate value as well as null values.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you are making a key as primary key, automatically it will not, allow nulls will be unchecked.
Okay.
Next, employee salary and name are allow nulls and varchar money is the data. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I insert data into this employee table? Just right click on this, edit top 200 rows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can manually, so you can just manually enter the data and insert into the data.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we want to provide some UI for this. Okay. Through
Okay.
application, how we can insert data into this particular table.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you take your Gmail registration or see if you consider your base.net training, right?
Okay.
So if it is base.net training, you'll register, right? You'll register into PDT. Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
how data is inserting into database, all those. You can edit your profiles. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so first step to create an application is, first of all we need to establish the connection to database. So in Friday I explained different ways how we can configure our settings with database.
Yeah.
First thing is, I can directly give the connection string here, right,
Okay.
in the double quotes,
Mm-hmm.
or else
Mm-hmm.
instead of writing every time in the app settings in the connection string tags, okay,
Mm-hmm.
add name equal to the connection string tag, inside that add name equal to connection string attribute, inside that connection string attribute I am going to provide my connection. Okay, if I want to access this, I can access using system.configuration.configuration manager.connection string of that alias name.connection string.
Okay.
I can get that connection. And one more,
Mm-hmm.
instead of writing every time system.configuration.configuration manager.connection strings, what I did is I added a class to the project with the name helper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that helper class, I created a property, public property with the name connection string, and that is of type static. Inside that,
Okay.
I'm writing the get block.
Mm-hmm.
In the get block, what I am returning system.configuration.configuration manager.connection string of that alias name.connection string.
Okay.
It is going to return the connection string
Mm-hmm.
wherever we are calling. If I want to access this connection, how can I call this property? Using class name, because this is static.
Okay.
Okay. So helper.connection string, I can use that helper.connection string.
Mm-hmm.
In the try block, I open the connection and have written a message. Connection is open, and finally, if connection is still open, then close the connection and show message book connection is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So till there we discussed in the Friday. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So next
Okay.
thing is steps to execute any type of SQL. So first of all, let me design this form. Okay, with
Mm-hmm.
three text boxes. So go to the form one, keep it aside. Okay, go toolbox, take three text boxes, drag and drop onto the form. Button, insert, update, delete. Three buttons.
Okay.
Next, I need to set the properties. What are the properties I need to set? One is name, right? What name I
Okay.
can give? This is txt emp id.
Mm-hmm.
This text box is for employee ID.
ID. Okay.
Second text box is for
Mm-hmm.
emp name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Always follow the naming convention. The
Okay.
first should be small and the remaining next characters
Mm-hmm.
should be capital. Third text
Okay.
box is for salary.
Salary. Mm.
Same. Change the
Okay.
name and text property for the buttons. So btn insert. Change the text to insert. This is for insert
Okay.
function. Similar. Name is btn update and name. Text for the text box is btn update. Next is btn delete. Delete. This button is for get employee details. So the name of the text box is btn get emp details. Get. If you want, you can increase the text box size. So the text will be updated. Next is get all emps. So the form is ready. We need to raise the
Okay.
click event for every button to insert the
Okay.
record, to update the record, to delete the record. So go to
Mm-hmm.
the insert button, click. So what is the steps we need to follow while establishing the connection with details? Okay. So now go to the inserting a record into the table. So the first step you have to create is, first of all, create the connection. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is create command object. Third one is bind a command to the connection. Because
Mm-hmm.
connection is helpful as to only to establish the connection, but command object is useful as to execute any type of SQL statement, right? Insert, update.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Bind the connection object to the command object and assign the command text to the command object. You have different types of properties like command text, command type, and
Mm-hmm.
methods, execute non-query method. Different types of properties and methods are available with command object. So
Okay.
to the command object, I have a property like command text. To that
Mm-hmm.
command text, I am writing insert into employee, some query, and values. Okay. So what is this
Okay.
name and salary are two local variables I am declaring and taking text from the text boxes.
Mm-hmm.
After that, command type. To the same command object, you have command type is one more property. So you need to mention here what is the type of query which you are. If it is a query, you need to mention command type as text. Otherwise, it is a stored procedure or table redirect.
Okay.
Next, once you have done with assigning the command text and mentioning the command type, okay, once everything is written, open the connection with database.
Mm-hmm.
Until unless no need to open the connection. At last, once everything is written, okay, then only you can
Okay.
open the connection. Unnecessarily opening connection in above is not recommended.
Okay.
After command.open, cmd.execute non-query. So execute non-query is a method which is helpful us to execute the any type of SQL statement. The,
Okay.
the return type of execute non-query is integer. only it will insert front end to back end. It will insert the record. It will not return any data from back end to front end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Used here you have description for SQL in execute non-core. Return type is integer. Used for
Okay.
execution of those statements which do not return any data from back end to front end.
Mm-hmm.
So that is execute non-query. After that, you have some message box also inserted.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me show till here. After that, how to fetch the primary key generated for inserted record to the front end.
Okay.
Whenever I inserted, okay, some
Mm-hmm.
record, it will generate a primary key in the back end. How
Mm-hmm.
to fetch that primary key from back end to front end?
Okay.
So, in the btn insert underscore click, just write SQL connection con is equal to new SQL connection of, so where we have our connection object helper dot
Helper dot C.
connection string.
Okay.
After that, all these are SQL connection or SQL command are the classes.
Okay.
SQL command cmd is equal to creating object for you
Mm-hmm.
can write, see, the overloaded methods for SQL command object is you can write string command text. Command text is nothing but query. Okay.
Okay.
And you can also provide connection object. So instead of that, what I'll do is, let me show. SQL command cmd is equal to new SQL command. I am not providing any parameters to the SQL command.
Mm-hmm.
After that, what are the parameters I have? Properties. Command text, right? Where we are going to
Mm-hmm.
write our query in the command text property.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
command text, here you can write insert into employee. What is the name of our table? Employee. So insert into employee, employee name and employee salary and values are which we are going to pass to the database. So
Okay.
here what I'll do is I'll declare two variables. String name is equal to txt employee name dot text dot replace. I'll explain this why I'm writing that replace.
Mm-hmm.
After that, decimal salary txt emp salary dot text, because this will return the value in the form of string. I need to convert to
Okay.
double. And these names in the take it as double, not as decimal. Double is equal to the money in the backend. The salary column data type I mentioned as money. So the
Okay.
money in the backend is equal to double in the front.
Double. Okay.
These names should be correct, otherwise it will not insert. Okay, employee
Mm-hmm.
and salary. If you want, you can copy and paste better.
Okay.
In the values, you need to pass this name and salary.
Okay.
Name. So whenever you are passing data to the backend, you need to pass the name, okay, especially name, emp name and varchar types in the form of
Mm-hmm.
strings. Okay, so
Okay.
just 1 minute, Shailaja. Okay, just wait.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Shailaja.
Yeah.
So in the value session, I need to pass this name and salary. Okay, in the values. Okay, here you need to pass in the string format. Okay, so in the back end, every double quote is taken as single quote. Okay? You cannot
Okay.
pass double quote directly. For that reason, what I'll do is I'll write double quote and a single quote. I'm going to concatenate with name. Every single quote, okay, you can bind in two double quotes. Name, like this you can write name, again concatenate with double quotes and concatenate with salary. Means now this will be gone, I mean sent to database in the form of string. So while passing you have to separate this with comma.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to check how the query is framed in the front end, in the message box dot show you can write cmd dot command
Command
text,
text. Okay.
which will display you how this query is framed by the
Okay.
values which I have given in the text box.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, so command text is completed. Now next command type property you have to set. cmd dot command type equal to command type dot. If it is a query, you have to write as text. If it is stored procedure which you are working, then you have to mention it as stored procedure. If it is table direct, then you have to mention as table direct. Normally, we'll use the stored procedure as text. So,
Okay.
I mean, because this is insert query, I am writing as cmd dot command type equal to command type dot text.
Mm-hmm.
Next, open the connection. Steps we are following. First, what I did, I have created the connection. I created the command object. One thing I forgot here. What I need to do, I need to bind the connection to the command. So how can I bind CMD to the command object? You have connection property. To that connection property, assign this connection. This connection.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
both are connected. So this step is binding connection to the command object. Next, assign the command text property. Next, command type, set the command type to the command object. Open the connection. Once connection is opened, execute the query. How you can execute the query? cmd dot execute non-query is the method which will which is going to execute the query. So the return type of this execute non-query is integer. After that, just write a message box dot show. Record inserted successfully. Just type a simple message.
Okay.
Then close the connection. So everything is done. Okay. Now go to the form. See why I am not passing the ID? You understood that point, right? Because this is auto generated, which I set in the database. This is identity column.
Yeah.
No need to enter any value here. Okay. If you want, you can make this as read only. Just make it as, select that, go to the properties window. Inside that you have read only. Make it as true.
Okay.
Now run. Because this is read only, I cannot enter any value. In the name, give name as some test 1, 2, 3. After that, some salary 50,000. Click on insert. The query is framed like this.
Okay. Okay.
This single quote you are observing, right? See, every single quote should be enclosed within two double quotes.
Okay.
Press OK. After that, message box. Record inserted successfully. Just
Mm-hmm.
close the window, go to the database. Here you can check. Just right click on that. Select top 1000 rows.
Okay.
Below you can see the record is inserted.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, but after executing the query, if you want to fetch this ID, whatever the ID is generated, some let's say 5 here, okay,
Mm-hmm.
want to display in this text box txt ID, how you can achieve that is, before closing the connection, do one thing. Cmd dot command text is equal to, write a query, select is nothing but it will fetch the data from query,
Mm-hmm.
by the queries from backend to frontend in simple words. Select @ identity. So what is this identity? Whatever the identity column is there in the database, fetch that data. What is identity
Okay.
column in the database? EMP ID.
Employee ID. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So txt emp id dot text is equal to, you can assign by writing cmd dot execute scalar.
Mm-hmm.
What is this execute scalar? Similar to execute non-query, you have one more method to the command property, that is execute scalar. So this
Mm-hmm.
execute scalar will execute the whatever the query we assign to the command object, it will execute in the backend and it will return some value to the front end.
Okay.
This select @ identity will be executed in the backend, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever the ID is generated, that will be thrown to the front end using this execute scalar. Because this is of type object, return type is object, I am converting it to toString
Okay.
and assigning to txt.text.
Mm-hmm.
Once it is done,
Okay.
close the connection. Now try. Don't give any value in the ID. Now give the name as some Deccan, salary some. Click
Mm-hmm.
on insert. The query is from something like this. Record inserted. 6 is printed.
Okay.
Observe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what understood this identity?
Yeah.
So this, like this you can insert a single record into the database by following steps, like
Mm-hmm.
whatever we discussed. Create connection, create a command, bind command to the connection object. Initialize command with SQL statement to execute. This is called initialization. Means
Mm-hmm.
writing query to the command object called initialization of queries. Command object.
Okay.
Then
Mm-hmm.
command type. Then opening the connection, executing the command to fetch the last inserted record. See, this will only give you the last. See, anyway we are inserting only single record using this, right? Single click.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever record is inserted, only that record ID will be returned to the front end.
Okay.
Then close the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to insert, here you have, see, if you want to update, let's say if you want to update a particular record, let's say this record. So the only thing you have to change in this entire code is only the query. That query
Okay.
will be given to you in the handout. Change the query and try with update and delete.
Okay.
Okay. You just try. If you have any, only the command text, remaining everything will be same.
Okay.
So you try this. Okay. If you are not getting it, let me know. I'll explain it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then SQL command execution method. So these are the three methods which are available in the to the command object. One is execute not query, which we have seen now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is useful as to execute the statement which do not return any data from backend to frontend. Execute non-query method will not return, only it will perform the operation, insert or update or something.
Okay.
Execute scalar. The return type of the execute scalar method is object, used for execution of statements which return only one value. That's the
Okay.
reason here I used execute scalar method in case of fetching
ID.
identity
Okay.
ID.
Okay.
Next, we have execute reader method, used for execution of statements which return multiple rows and columns, that is set of records. Let's say if you want to fetch all these records and you want to print it into the database, in a message box, assume that, then this execute reader will fetch you the data and will put it in a data reader.
Okay.
So SQL data reader is a class which will store all the records in the array format.
Okay.
You can get those records data by index value. These are the three methods available for command object.
Okay.
Next, to get all the records of employee table. How I can get all the records of a employee table? See, using execute reader it is possible because the execute reader method will return multiple records. How you
Okay.
can achieve that? So, I'm not explaining this update and delete. You try.
Okay.
I'll explain. So let me show the get all employees example. In this, as usual, sim connection conic sequence. Inside this helper dot connection string. Same SQL command cmd is equal to new SQL command object. So first of all, we need to bind connection to the command. cmd dot connection is equal to con. Next, which property I need to set? Command text, right?
Establish the okay.
That is completed.
Okay.
Next thing is query I need to write. So query I can write for which property? Command text.
Okay.
After that, command type.
Okay.
I have to mention. So cmd dot command type equal to command type dot text. Inside this, write query select star from employee. So select is a keyword. Star means fetch all the columns and all the records from employee table.
The table. Okay.
If you write here same query select star from employee. Before writing this, just make your database is in current use. So what is the database name? This one.
Okay.
It will print you all the records. If you want a specific column, you can mention select EMP name.
Okay.
This will only print you the EMP name column.
Okay.
If you want specific, you can mention more than one as well.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay. So select start from employee. Now, because I am fetching more than one record, I am using SQL data reader. SQL data reader DR. And DR is equal to. So now I can use cmd dot which method?
Execute. Okay.
Here I explained it.
Yeah.
Execute it.
Execute non-query. Execute scalar. Okay.
For that I need SQL data reader object. That's why first I declared the SQL data reader object. To that object I am writing or executing cmd dot execute reader. So this command object consists of this query. So it will execute this query and using this method and fetch the records and will put in DR. So once it executed the record, just open the connection. Before this only, open the connection.
Okay.
After that, DR consists of now all the records.
Okay.
While to the DR object, you have a method like read. So this method is useful as to read the data from the DR.
Okay.
So to print all the records, what I'll do is I'll declare a string variable with the name str by the empty declaration, initialization. To the str, I am going to concatenate all the values. Str concatenate is equal to, I can give dr of 0. Means in the dr, all this table, okay, just a minute, start from employee. See, all this employee ID, name, salary will be stored in the form of arrays and columns, like multi-dimensional array. Okay.
Okay.
That means this is 0th row, 0th column, 0th row, one column, 0th row,
Okay.
second column. That's the reason I am writing dr of 0.
Okay.
Dot toString. Because dr is after SQL data reader. So these are dr of 0, dr of 1. I am going to concatenate to this str because that is string. Only to the string I can have the facility of concatenating, right?
Yeah.
Once you are before concatenating, second value, just use a tab space /t.
Okay.
Copy, paste here, paste. So this is for single record. One single record is completed, just give a new line space.
Okay.
So like this, it will to the str. I'm concatenating all the records which are there in the dr.
Okay.
Once your concatenation is complete, in the message box dot show print str. Okay.
Okay.
Before printing, do one thing. To the dr, you have close the data reader.
Okay.
Close the connection as well. After that, print the message.
Okay.
Now, build the project and go to the debug. Start with the debug. Click on get all EMPs.
Okay.
Printed, right? Because this fourth record doesn't have any salary, it is printing.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the advantage of SQL data reader. Basically, that's the reason I in first day only I explained that data reader mainly used for fetching data from backend to front. Whenever select or similar type of queries you are executing, then use data reader. This data.
Okay.
So here not only dr of 0, you can also give emp. Column name also you can mention. Not a
Okay.
but it should be same as in the database.
Okay.
EMP name. Now run. Click on get all EMPs. Still same out.
Okay.
So it's not mandatory to use index or name. Anything you can use.
Okay.
If even you can also handle like if dr is null. Let's say here you can put a condition. If dr of emp salary not here. Dot you have if dr dot is db null.
Mm-hmm.
Is db null of you have overloaded methods. This is a column name.
Okay.
If dr of 2 dot ab is okay, in that case, what I have to do is in the local declare a variable like salary, and you can write dr of dr dot get
Mm-hmm.
ordinal of
Mm-hmm.
emp salary. Get
Okay.
ordinal means get the reference of that column name. Use this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get the reference, decimal.
Okay.
Get double.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can write cut this statement here, paste inside the if loop.
Okay.
Here you can write dr dot is db null. Two.
Mm-hmm.
You can write like this. And
Mm-hmm.
str plus equal to tr of 2 dot toString. Else you can write str concatenate is equal to no salary.
Okay.
Handle something. Get. Good. Paste on it. Get. Double. Okay, you can give dr dot is db null of something. Here. data reader dot is db null of int I 0 based column ordinal. So this is 2. Now run this. $75. This is not required. Now run. Now run this. Okay. Hello. 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 Okay. Hello.